Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Kogan. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go. Now, to tie into this subject, let's do a follow-up on the topic that we talked about yesterday. If you watched yesterday's show, you know what I'm talking about. So, here's the deal, all right? We were talking about Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 1's beta launches on August 18th, and it's the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. It's a 4-day beta. Now, I'm not saying I would play it all 4 days, but obviously, I would like to play a couple of those days and make content of the game. The problem with this beta is that it is not cross-platform like the Street Fighter 6 beta was. It's only platform-specific, and it's already been announced, although Mortal Kombat 1 will be cross-platform eventually, that is something that they're going to patch in later. At launch, you will be stuck only playing against the people who are on the platform you bought the game for. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Currently, with the 2 console platforms that are available to play fighting games on, PS5, no exaggeration, is about 80% of the game sales. Xbox is only around 15 to 20%. So fighting games, if you want to get a good player base, you've got to get a game on PS5 right now, unless it's cross-platform. I looked out with Street Fighter 6, it's cross-platform. So it didn't matter that I got it on Xbox. I could play it against everyone, and it didn't matter. You always get matches. But if I get MK1 on Xbox, chances are, you know, for the beta and probably the first couple of months of this game being out, I'm barely going to have anyone to play against. There may be days, oh, let's play it online. There's only the same 3 people over and over because that's the only people playing it on Xbox in my region. That's going to be a giant problem, all right? And so, we discussed this yesterday, and people are like, well, just get it on PlayStation then. I'm like, well, I could, but the problem is, I don't have a good controller for PlayStation. Allow me to show you what I mean, because I didn't show you yesterday, but now I'll show you. So, this is my joystick that I have for PlayStation. It's PS4, PS5, although it was designed for PS4. It's the Hori Real Arcade Pro 4 joystick. Okay? I bought this joystick right before the beta for Street Fighter 5 came out. I bought it at Fry's, which is a game or electronics store that doesn't exist anymore. They went out of business. Okay? So, just to show you, all right? This joystick is worn. You can even see there's corrosion all over the bottom sides of the joystick from me using it over the years. This joystick I used for Street Fighter 5. I used it for Mortal Kombat 10 and 11. I used it for Injustice 2. I used it for Tekken 7. I used it for all the retro fighting games that I played, including the Capcom and 30th Anniversary Collection and Capcom Fighting Collection. All right. So it's worn out. It's beat up. The buttons, they're all right, but they're definitely worn. Like I use this joystick so much that I can tell you right now, those buttons are kind of shot. And the joystick too, from playing it. Now, is it broken? No. I could use it. Right now, I could play games on it. All right? But it's really worn out. And, you know, in general, when you're someone who's a competitive fighting game player, joysticks you want to swap out every couple of years, or you want to completely overhaul the joystick. Like, you want to open it up. You want to change all the components out. You know, you want to do all that. And quite honestly, you know, I haven't done that because it's so old, right? And, you know, I haven't played fighting games on Oh, by the way, the door, like this is supposed to have a door here to put your wire inside. The door just comes right off. It's supposed to stay on. It pops right off by accident. You know, like I said, it's worn out. So it's not that the joystick's broken. If I absolutely wanted to play fighting games on PlayStation, I could use this joystick. But it's definitely worn out. And being that now, let's be honest, I am playing games at a higher level. It's not like me casually playing and dicking around. I actually got pretty good at Street Fighter 6, right? Let's be honest. And people are enjoying seeing me play at a higher competitive level. You want to see me do well. You don't want to see me just jobbing out and messing around and quitting the game after a couple of weeks. You like seeing me invest time and learn characters and all of that, right? So, basically, the way I see it is if I'm going to tackle fighting games in the future in a more serious manner, I need to have better equipment, all right? So, you wonder what I'm doing, I'm just storing the cord inside here. Let me see if I can even get this. No, I think I broke it. Did I break it? I hope not. I hope I didn't just break my joystick door. That would suck. No, there we go. Okay. So there we go. I stored the cord inside of it. Here's the thing. Can this joystick be upgraded? Yes, but it's not meant to be. Meaning, inside there's probably seals and things that make it not as easy to upgrade. It probably has maybe even soldering on the inside of certain components. While this joystick, the current joystick I use for my Xbox, is meant to be a fully moddable joystick. It's meant to be, you open it easily. It's got a button where this thing is on a hinge. And you open the stick, and now you can easily go inside. That's what I did. I just upgraded my buttons to be Sanwa buttons instead of the stock buttons. This one is meant for upgrades. That's designed that way, okay? That joystick is not. That joystick would probably be a chore to open it up, change the components, and do everything. While this one's easy peasy, okay? So, looking at the situation, we've got about 2 weeks until the Mortal Kombat 1 beta, all right? And I got to decide what format to buy the thing on. And, you know, I'm thinking, hey, I could get it on Xbox. Probably there won't be a lot of people to play the beta against, all right? Because it's going to be such a smaller player base. When the game comes out, yeah, I'm going to be severely limiting who I'm playing for weeks and weeks, if not months. And here's the thing, too. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm going to like Mortal Kombat 1 as much as, say, Street Fighter 6. You know, Mortal Kombat is not my forte. Mortal Kombat is not a game that I've played insane amounts over the years. I've played it in arcades. I played the, you know, Mortal Kombat 9, 10, and 11. I liked them all. But these are not games that I grew up playing as much as Street Fighter or loved as much or ever really entered tournaments for. I'm not saying I'm going to do that either, because I'm not even doing that with Street Fighter 6. But, you know, if I'm going to take it seriously and try to at least give it a shot competitively, then I should be playing it on PlayStation. It's just a no-brainer. There's no one who's going to be playing this on Xbox who's serious about the game. Xbox players will be fuck-around players. We're just here to mess around with the game. We don't really care about competition, because if we did, we would get it on PlayStation. You understand? So, if I'm going to get it on PlayStation, I hate to say it, this joystick, nearly a decade old, is beat up, busted up, and probably needs to be retired. All right? Probably not going to be making sense to try to play it on this stick. And so there's two options for new sticks on PS5. I talked about them yesterday. Okay? Let me go put this back. So, one option, all right, one option is this joystick, this exact joystick, but for PlayStation. It's the same exact one, the Fighting Stick Alpha. It's $200, but I would have to upgrade the buttons. Like I said, the stock buttons, I didn't really like as much. I used them for 2 months here for Street Fighter 6. I want Sanwa buttons. So I went on Amazon and I bought the Sanwa buttons, and these are really good. So I would definitely want to do that again with that stick. And it was about $20 to buy the set of buttons. So that joystick is $200, and then I want to buy Sanwa buttons. The bummer is that the joystick, I would probably want to get a Sanwa stick as well. Now, someone contacted me and said, beware. Listen to this. A lot of the sellers on Amazon selling Sanwa joysticks are selling knockoffs. That they have a friend who did buy components off of Amazon, and a lot of the joysticks on there are baloney joysticks. They're junk. And it sucks because Amazon doesn't know the difference. So they sell it through official channels, and they have no idea that they're selling junk components. They're not really good. That if I wanted to get a Sanwa joystick, I probably should not buy it off of Amazon, but instead I should try to find it from a reseller. That means it's going to be more expensive. There's going to be shipping costs. You see? So, it's not that I couldn't get that joystick and upgrade it, but it would be a little more expensive. You're talking $200 plus $20 for the buttons, plus having to go to a third-party site to buy the Sanwa joystick, which is probably going to be around $30 plus shipping. So you're talking probably all in all ends, you know, probably between $250 to $300. All right? The other option is not a Hori joystick at all, but a Kombat joystick. All right? And this joystick is called, hold on. the Kanba Q7 Obsidian 2. All right? That joystick is big. So this one is that joystick is like even longer, and it weighs 7 pounds. I would say this joystick weighs about 3 pounds. Okay, it's very lightweight. That one is a 7-pound joystick. It's meant to be a giant, sturdy ass joystick. Okay, it's got all Sanwa parts on by default, and it's the highest tournament grade to parts. The ones that all the pro players are saying are the absolute best. Those are the ones you want in your stick. That's what's in that joystick. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Of course, what's the catch? The catch is the cost. It costs $320 on Amazon. It's a big investment. It's a big investment. $320, right? So that's why I'm a little skeptical. That's a big investment. $320 for a joystick. I mean, the good news is, from now on, moving forward, I would play fighting games on PS5. And in fact, I'm considering rebuying Street Fighter 6 on PS5 and kind of starting over. And I know that would suck because I just hit Master with Blanca and I'm climbing the ranks with my Honda. But I'll be honest with you, I do feel like if I started over in Street Fighter 6, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Because here's why. You saw how quickly I'm raising in ranks now with new characters. Probably just doing placement matches, I'll end up in higher platinum or diamond. And then after playing a little more, couple sessions, I'm probably going to be near Master anyway. Like, look at Honda, right? So I'm really not too worried about it. I mean, yes, two months of time, but it's not like that experience is lost. It's not lost at all, right? So I'm thinking having the ideal state, best controls, having the console where I'm going to have the biggest player base for fighting games moving forward, both Mortal Kombat and Tekken and other future fighting games. All of this makes sense. The only thing holding me back is the money investment, because it's $320 for the joystick, and I would now have to get a PlayStation Online membership, which I haven't had in years. I haven't had one in like, 2 years? I've been doing everything on Xbox because I have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. But now I would basically have to get that as well, which is what, $20 a month or something like that. So there is cost involved here. All right, it is what it is. But I'm trying to weigh in balance. Is like, if there was no cost involved, this is a no-brainer. I would do it right now. Seriously, if cost was not a factor, of course I want to be playing fighting games on the platform with the most competition and the platform everyone's playing it on. And I could have the ideal state joystick too. Like, that joystick is the one everyone wants. Everyone says, this is the one I want to play games at home. So, but the problem is the investment, the cost investment. It's a lot of money. It's $320, plus I got to play for PS Online, rebuying Street Fighter 6. You know what I mean? Shug says, can you disable spamming of friend requests on Street Fighter 6 PS5? LTG can't. Yes. It's because it's done through Capcom ID. It's not done through Xbox. It's done through Capcom ID. That's how I did it. I went into my Capcom ID account, and there you can disable everything, and then that's it. You don't get spammed requests anymore. I mean, on PlayStation, I never get spam requests regardless. You could turn that off. You could do through game, or you could do it through your PlayStation menus. So I don't get that anyway. But if you're saying that LTG keeps getting spammed messages, that's probably because it's through the Capcom ID. I found that out day one. Remember how bad it was the first day? And then I went to my Capcom ID and I turned it all off, and then it just stopped. I haven't had a problem since. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it would be annoying at first, and we'll figure it out. We figured it out on Xbox. It's going to definitely work on PlayStation too, So, anyway, so yeah, again, if cost wasn't a factor, I'd do it immediately. It just makes sense to have the best state, especially when you're trying to put out good high level, competitive content, which wasn't my concern before. Let's be honest. Until Street Fighter 6, putting out high level competitive fighting game content was not my concern. But now it is, because now I'm doing it. Now I'm actually playing at high levels in Street Fighter 6. So I want to be putting out the best content I can. And I think this is the way to do it. It just costs money. Right? So, if any of you are interested, let me know. You want to help out with getting this joystick, or the cost of rebuying Street Fighter 6, or any of that stuff. I'm all ears. I'd be open to anyone who wants to help out and chip in. I have 2 weeks to decide. Well, a little bit under 2 weeks to decide. if I want to do this or not. If I don't do it, then I'm just doing everything on Xbox, which just sadly means I know for a fact we will have way less players on MK1. It's probably going to be a far inferior experience. We're not going to have a variety of players. It's going to be the same people over and over. You know, it's not going to be as good of a situation until they do the crossplay, which they are not even promising when they're going to do it, you know? So, and here's the thing. So everyone throwing questions at me, can you get an adapter for your joystick? Yes, and it will just make things worse. Adapters for joysticks, to have them go cross-platform, all add input lag. So, oh, my joystick now works on PlayStation, but now everything I do is even more delayed. So what was the point? Right? You just hindered yourself even further by doing that. So you don't ever want to do that. That's the worst thing. That's only for casual. Only for casual. That's not if you're trying to play seriously. You would never want to use an adapter like that. There's only one adapter they're even allowing at Evo, and even that one adds a certain amount of milliseconds, and you're basically hurting yourself using that adapter at Evo, so no one's using it. You see? So that's why. If not, everyone would be using adapters on everything. Everyone would just use their own joystick on whatever console, but it's not common because there's too much added input lag. You understand? So that's why. Okay. So that's the situation. Reach out to me. Let me know what you think. You can email me. You can tweet me. You could tell me in chat. You know, you can do a million things to reach out to me and let me know what the deal is. But if anyone's interested in helping out with this cost, I'd appreciate it. I'll be honest, I want to do it. Right now is the first time in over a decade that I feel motivated to cover fighting games in a good way for you. It's been a long time since I've had this motivation and this feeling of wanting to play fighting games better. All right? It's really, I mean, the fire has been lit under me again for the first time in over 10 years. That's a good thing. At the same time, yeah, it's a big investment to do this, and I want to make sure that, you know, you guys care. It seems like people care. People are coming out and watching the fighting game streams and supporting them. So obviously you guys must care, but I want to be sure. I don't want to say maybe I'm too much into this. Maybe I'm seeing tunnel vision and I'm so hyped for fighting games right now that I'm not understanding that people don't really care. I don't know. Let me know. I really want to hear your thoughts on this, all right? Because I do have to decide in the next few days. If this joystick, I looked into it, I could order that joystick. It'll show up within like 4 days. So if I were to order it, you know, at any given day, I could get it by the end of the week, but I need to have it in time for the beta. And then the same thing, I would have to get the PS Plus membership and pre-order the game and all of that, get it installed. You know, what we would do, if we do make this decision, what I'd like to do, hopefully, is do it a little bit earlier, because I would like to get Street Fighter 6 on PlayStation and maybe do a couple sessions on there to see with the new joystick how it works. Before the MK1 beta's out, play Street Fighter 6 on the PlayStation, right? Do some qualifying sets or whatever. Jump into ranked again with maybe Blanca or Honda and, you know, try to get them up, you know, on a PlayStation versus Xbox and get used to the new joystick as well, right? So there you go. Let me know what you think. That segment's done now. We're done with that segment. We can move on. All right?
I got the drip going. 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 It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.